Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about when pain gets in the way. Now we all can experience pain at different times and to varying degrees. Sometimes it's a little niggle, sometimes it's something that stops us in our tracks. So I wanted to clear some energy around pain. I think of pain as the clue as to where our energy is stuck and not flowing, and that it's important for us to address why we pain and not to see it as being faulty, but to see it as uh, the opportunity to do. So I think you can think about times in your life when you did have pain. Sometimes it became a medical emergency, had to have an operation, and sometimes there were contributing factors to that, with things that we perhaps didn't address emotionally or physically. And some people have a weakness in a particular area of their body. We could say that each person has a particular meridian that is their fallback. So, it can be lung, large intestine, or it could be liver and gallbladder, it could be kidneys and bladder, or it could be heart and small intestine, or governing and conception vessel, can be triple warmer. And there's a number of meridians that can play a role, and it's addressing whatever's stuck in those areas to help us flow and to be more functional. Okay. All right, so let's start with our throat chakra, which kind of makes sense. If we're not expressing ourselves, then the energy can get stuck here, and other parts of our body can implode. Good morning, Tabitha. You're up bright and early. And is there anybody anywhere in your body that's complaining, that's giving you some clues? An affirmation here: I substitute love, joy, and peace for the old habits of addictions and abuse. It's now the right time to express the best of who I am now. I express myself easily and with courage. Good morning, Jenny. So we're in the throat chakra, and we're talking today about pain and overcoming pain. And often the message that pain has for us, what are we learning from the pain? All right, another affirmation: I am heard. Do we feel heard? Do we feel acknowledged? Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we have to acknowledge ourselves or our own pain. All right, jumping up into the crown chakra now. All right, I work by trusting my intuition. Okay, now sometimes there's things stuck in our head. And sometimes as parents, we can feel stuck with our kids when they're not making progress in a way that we would like. And maybe it's they have to make progress in their own way, in their own time. All right, my family sees my true worth. All right, we're able. Oh, good morning, Margaret. We're able to give love and support to those around us while respecting our healthy boundaries. Within my family, there is room for growth and learning. And I reckon our families are the perfect vehicle for growth and learning. Often it can be very hard and fast growth and learning, and difficulties that we often don't like and find it hard to rise above. Family holidays are pleasant and memorable. All our needs and wants are met. All right, as I rise to a higher level, I am a gift and a light to those around me. And sometimes that can be a little difficult in itself, isn't it? Because we're expecting family members or friends to be at the same level as us or to think the same way as us, and they may not. So it's like allowing yourself to lead the way when sometimes you want them to help sort of walk beside you along the way, and sometimes they're not quite ready. And so we have to be the light or the example of how to do it. That can be a little lonely sometimes. Right, so now we're going to go into one of the higher chakras. So into the lunar chakra. One of the things that comes up here is meditation. So sometimes it's hard to give yourself time or permission to meditate. So even if you like pray and you stop afterwards just for a little bit to feel if there's something, or for some people, their meditation is more active. It's like they might go on a walk or swim in the ocean or even just paddle their feet in the water or in the sand or the grass. And it's like that can be a kind of time to just be still and receive any information that we need to receive energetically. All right, I am conscious and present in the now. And I guess there's nothing like pain to bring you right to this moment. It's hard to rise above the pain, and the pain often screams loudly to us and is telling us really that this needs attention right now. Whether you like it or not, or whether it's convenient or not, it's what's going to happen right now. All right, and if I ask if there's anything preventing us from learning from the pain, it's generational baggage, dad's side, dad's mum, and men on that side. So like 53 generations of men. Also, time of birth comes up. So I guess that's a soul-defining moment too, isn't it? We're waiting for our turn to come to Earth. We know what things we're going to experience and accomplish, and the great growth and learning that will come from our mortal experience and having a body. But I think the sheer physicality of our birth is often intense, and also the vulnerability of us as a baby, like we are unable to even hold our own head up. So that's a very vulnerable position in which we are totally reliant on our parents and people around us. Right, so now if I'm asking about pain, what's underlying, there's a virus. So you can have like actually a physical virus, more an emotionally based virus. So more emotionally based, affecting the lungs. So stubbornness in our lungs. Sometimes we feel very strongly about how life should be or how our family should be or how situations should be, and we can be very hurt when it's not how we think it should be, and how when people are not living up to the expectation we have. That can be very painful. So this can be stuck in our lungs. All right, things stuck in our neck. So C5. So C5 is also our sugar circuit. So sometimes when we're very stressed, we want to eat sweet things to kind of sweeten our life a bit more. So this is in a Siegel's book, The Secret Language of Our Body. So sore throat might come up here. Our feeling taken for granted is stuck in our C5 too, and in our throat. So it's like not telling people that we feel abused or feel a little used, that we're being depended on too much. All right, so T6. So that's between our shoulder blade, wiring to our tummy. All right, believing that you have to stay in a situation because there's no choice. So I guess we always have a choice. Sometimes we feel very obliged, or we feel that we can't change what we're doing, maybe because we want to support other people in our life. So weight problems come up here. You're putting on too much weight. Things stuck in mind in regards to our body, so how we feel about our body, and we can be angry with our body when we're in pain. All right, I drink enough water to rinse my body clean and allow healthy cell repair and renewal. My eyes work correctly and see clearly. My nervous system functions optimally. My kidneys and bladder function perfectly. My hands and fingers work together to control my life. It's okay to show the real me. All things stuck in our mind. All right, so having patience with the experiences that we have. What are you having to have patience in right now? I am patient with myself when I make mistakes. I'm patient with others when they make mistakes. I'm grateful for the patience my family have with me. All right, and now generosity. So are we generous with ourselves? Are we generous with others? I am generous with my in-laws. I have enough to give. I share my talents, time, money, love, and energy on a daily basis. Prosperity sits well with me. Good morning, Casil. I release lack and scarcity from my life. God leads me. Money is my friend. Okay, let's go into the solar plexus chakra now, which is about feeling like we have the power and the ambition to move forward. I no longer rely on others' opinions of me. So sometimes we might restrict ourselves or feel that we can't do what we feel inspired to do, or can't express ourselves as we would like to express ourselves because others may reject us. I continually see and follow my divine path. I'm confident in my ability to make my life work. So, again, we mentioned this earlier. Sometimes pain can really bring us right into the present moment, isn't it? We can't be somewhere else because we have to be where we are right here and now. All right. So sometimes we can be in situations where we've been hurt or wounded in some way by others. And forgiveness is often the key to freedom, but it can feel very hard to forgive when we've been hurt or wounded, physically or energetically or emotionally in some way. And so, um, forgetting the experience is not an option usually, but or what we learn from the experience. But it does learn that even though the person who did the wrong thing by us needs forgiving, they may not deserve it, so we think, but we deserve to be free of this person. So it's like giving yourself permission to walk away from the situation and no longer be attached to it. Take the lessons and move on. All right, everything is no longer tainted by the blinders of my unwillingness to forgive. I forgive those who have undermined my self image. All right, so now we're going into the world of relationships for a minute. And sometimes we have relationships like with ourselves, our body, our life, family members. We have a relationship with our intuition. So, not having a healthy relationship with our intuition. So, sometimes our intuition gives us messages about things and, warns us of things that we might need to do or not do. And sometimes we want to doubt that intuition and, not act on it or give, maybe people the benefit of the doubt or, throw ourselves under the bus a little. So, it's like learning to respect that intuition that you have and the gift that it is. So generational baggage through mum, not respecting our gift of intuition. Okay, and now I'm going to go into the solar star chakra. Our weight comes up here. I always have a choice. Life is easy for me. Sometimes it doesn't feel easy, especially when you're in pain. It doesn't feel easy. It's like trying to overcome the pain or trying to unpack the pain to see what the pain is really teaching you. Are we willing to learn? Are we willing to understand the lesson and move forward? All right, something stuck in our back, so L3. Experiencing problems with communication and commitment in relationships. Knee pain can come up here from L3. to the solar star chakra. So food cravings are coming up here. Pride in our own achievements. And I guess when we feel stressed, or things aren't going the way we would like them, that's often when we want to eat. It's sort of like we want to eat our feelings down. All right, so we can strengthen this solar star chakra by seasonal activities. So what might be nice to enjoy at the moment? Is it a walk in the mountains? Is it, you know, a little venture out on a boat, or drive somewhere out to a nature spot where you can kind of allow yourself to commune with God. Others accept who I am. I let go of the feeling that I will miss out on experiencing something. All right, so now the value of honesty. Sometimes we're too scared to say what we feel or what we think. We're scared of what other people will think of us, or whether that we'll be rejected if we be honest. So when we are aligned in our thoughts, our words and actions, we are truly honest. So in this state, it's impossible to conflict with anyone or anything. There is nothing to defend, hide, or any reason to deceive. It's safe for me to be who I really am. I no longer lie to myself. And often we do lies of like, oh, I'm okay with this, even though it's awful, or, I can put up with this temporarily, which may or may not be true. My honesty frees me from the shackles of guilt. So age 6 comes up here. Age 26. 33. And, sometimes we have to be honest about, maybe how we're living our life. That is some parts of our life that we're not congruent with and that might need to be adjusted. Or sometimes we might be not congruent with our work, or some of our friendships. We don't feel that we can be ourselves in a friendship, and so it's like it takes bravery to be ourselves, and maybe we'll be rejected, but if we don't speak up, nothing will change. So it's important that we actually have some bravery. All right, so emotional pain stuck in the body from age 8. So where were you? What were you doing? What happened? All right, so color comes up here. Red, so it's the color of enthusiasm. So red is a powerful healing agent for treating blood disorders and improving circulation. It's used to heal diseases, dry up sores or wounds, warm cold areas, and reduce pain. It helps release adrenaline and stimulates mental and physical energy. So thus red can assist with releasing depression, hopelessness, stuckness, and immobility. Use it as a detoxifier to dissolve toxic energy, thoughts, and feelings from your body. Red can also assist you to lose weight, increase your sex drive, rejuvenate your body, and restore physical vitality. It is grounding and helps you gain a stronger sense of self and belonging. It also helps generate success. So this is from Ina Siegel's book. All right, so now we're talking about our aura. So sometimes we can have people latching onto our aura. So a male. So low self-esteem stuck in our aura. So people perhaps using our low self-esteem as a way to get in or to attack us or to make us do things that they want us to do. So affecting the third layer of the aura. Which is about our thoughts and our ideas. So we can have tears in our aura so that it doesn't protect us. Self-abuse can be stuck here too. So sometimes we're not being kind to ourselves and we can inflict pain upon ourselves when we're angry with our body. It's almost like we're hitting ourselves or attacking ourselves. So now we're going to talk about radiant circuits. So these are like fuses in our body that are connected to mothering. So So sometimes mum is the cook, or sometimes she's the taxi driver, or sometimes she's the sewer, or sometimes she's the counselor, or sometimes she's the person that gets you out of bed when you got to get to work. I'm safe with my mother. My children forgive me for my past mistakes. I live within my healthy limits. So sometimes when we're living our life outside our limit, we can blow fuses because we're not willing to pull back when we need to, or to be respectful to ourselves or our time or our boundaries in some way. Again, these things getting stuck in our body. So I remember working with a girl one time, and her boyfriend had gone away for 2 years and she had agreed to wait. And then she had this very sore foot, and she was, been to the podiatrist, she'd been everywhere to have it worked on, and was still sore. And so when we were talking to her, we realized, or she realized, that she didn't really want to wait, and she felt as if she'd shot herself in the foot. So when she identified that and was able to admit that she didn't want to wait, then the pain in the foot went. So it's like often these pains that we have are telling us where our energy is stuck. All right, I eat healthy food and it tastes good to me. My organs and glands function optimally. My eyes work correctly and see clearly. I enjoy living tuned to higher vibrations. My body and mind aligns perfectly. I feel safe and free to be me. Okay, we're going to go into the 8th chakra, which is the one that hooks right into the ground. So sometimes we just need to get out in nature to discharge whatever negativity that we have. All right, awareness of yourself as an integral part of the earth and not just a part of your small corner of the world. And so sometimes we feel like we have no influence or that we can't change anything in the world when it's not great. But even the small actions that we take and the flow-on effect from our actions will affect other people. And even if it only affects one person, then the flow-on effect of them affects another person. It begins. All right, so insular thinking, sort of not thinking outside where we're at. Our need to control everything in our environment. So gardening can be helpful. All right, there's an oil called Holiday Joy. So maybe if you can't get away for a holiday right now, you could use some of this oil to help you feel like you're having a little break. Holiday joy can also comfort individuals who are either without family or who have strained relationships due to distance or the inability to heal. While emotionally distancing may be appropriate in some situations where extreme or abusive behaviours are present, this blend reminds that separation is most often not a long-term solution. It offers a gentle reminder to embrace the love and warmth that healthy family relationships can bring. So you might use this oil if you feel defensive, and maybe it will help you be a bit more celebratory. So what could you celebrate? What things do you feel like you have survived and accomplished? What parts of your life may be as you like them, and it may not be all parts of our life. It might be just one small part, but can we celebrate that small part that is okay? Okay. All right, so the galactic chakra, the 11th chakra, is about overcoming the egoic mind and letting go of the earthly attachments. All right, so this can be strengthened by investigation and practice of all things spiritual. So, and we know, don't we, that often the physical pain we have has a lesson behind it, and it's like being able to see the spiritual lesson of the pain. What are we learning from this pain? How are we growing through this pain? There is nothing to forgive, for the journey is perfection. And sometimes it doesn't feel like perfection when we're in a very difficult, painful spot, and it's hard for us to let go of the way we think it should be, the picture that we had in our mind of how life or our family or our work or our business should be, or even our body. And it's like letting go of that picture and being able to accept the lessons that are coming through this channel of our life. Right. So allowing ourselves to have joy. So that can be a hard thing, isn't it? We feel like we won't let ourselves be joyful until things are perfect or right. But maybe it's about having joy along the way. Having joy along the journey is an amazing skill to master. It teaches us to look for the good in every situation. The more we can find the joy in each situation, the more skilled we become in noticing the beauty and the exquisiteness of nature and people. It's a muscle that we need. It's like a muscle that we need to use to strengthen it. So, like looking for the good, feeling the good, experiencing the good. It's using more of our unconscious mind to open the conscious mind to all the opportunities and to experience joy. After all, it is up to us to choose how we would feel. The continual practice of feeling joy inspires us to seek for the good things in life. I release my stuck emotions of feeling lost, helplessness, and the feelings of disgust, whether it was my emotion or another's. I resonate at the same vibration as the things I love. So, we can listen to uplifting music and to help lift our vibration or our resonance. And we can use essential oils to help lift our vibration and our resonance as well. So the oil Zendocrine, and Zendocrine is also called the Restart Blend. And it's also about vitality and transition. So Zendocrine reawakens vital life energy. It also assists in discovering new energy and vitality by encouraging the release of physical and emotional toxins. This blend aids in shedding apathy and any destructive habit, helping a person find new enthusiasm for life. As individuals let go of limiting beliefs, behaviors, and lifestyles, they have greater room to receive. As a result, they are able to see life from a fresh perspective and embrace new experiences. All right, so opening ourselves to new experiences, because if we go into situations believing it's always going to be awful as it has been, that's what will happen. So we have to go into a situation with fresh energy and a different viewpoint so that it can be actually different than from how it normally is. All right, so generational pain now, dad's side, dad's mum, and the men on that side of the family. So 20 generations of men. So releasing the feeling stuck in our genes of hopelessness and of feeling unsupported and feeling rejected. And sometimes we can be rejected for being different or for having, looking at life in our own way. And maybe other people don't see it that way. And that's okay. They might not be ready yet. All right, releasing pain from age 16 and age 20. So more pain, generational pain through mum's side of the family and mum's dad. Men again, 16 generations of men. Again, feeling low self-esteem. And also feeling unsupported. So sometimes when we have these new ideas or we want to do things a bit differently, we can challenge others and their beliefs about life, and they might be scared to make changes. All right, so just checking in. How is our pain? Is there part of our body that's still complaining or would like to have a voice? What would it say? And perhaps it's pain from the past. So, how old are you when this pain occurred? Or maybe the pain's now, but the emotions from the past are stuck in the pain. So, a feeling of confusion stuck in there. Tabitha said, lots of great affirmations, feeling a bit nauseous, but good. Age 6 with the nausea. So let's say I no longer see the difficulties of life as a measurement of me. Because often we feel mistakenly that if we are a good person, we should have an easy life, which is not how it works. It's like the good people are constantly challenged because they grow and they're willing to grow and they're willing to learn through the difficulties. So it's like having no pain is not, or no problem doesn't mean that you got it all together. All right, so Jenny mentioned she's got a headache. Something from age 26. Feeling offended in some way. I'm able to forgive who offended me. So preventing us from forgiving is something from age 2 in our life. So feeling lack of control when we're 2. We can't control many situations at that age, and we're under the control of our parents and our family. Some emotional toxicity in the headache, like 73 emotions stuck in there. So take a big breath in and out. Let's release that. Sarah Sarah says the support idea is an amazing concept. The support of the spine and the hips manifesting in pain is such a journey. I'm still on it. It changes each day. It's true. It is true. It's like things work through our body, and the body is our vehicle for the fastest and quickest learning. So some generational connection to the headache, mum's side, mum's dad, and the women on that side of the family. Also emotions from age 16, 19, generational baggage again, mum's, dad's side of the family, the women, 73 generations of women, feeling bad about themselves, low self-esteem. So my boys would have a funny saying. They'd say, "Oh, if I think about that, it'll do my head in." So sometimes there are situations in our life that if we think about them, it does our head in, and we literally have cranial faults after we need our head to be worked on. So maybe some cranial work would be helpful too for your headache. And maybe an oil. Manuka or Manuka, however you like to say it, is offers powerful healing energy to bind up wounds, soothe troubled hearts, and nurture souls back into a state of centeredness. Its special alchemy transforms lower states of consciousness into higher vibrations and awareness. It facilitates the connection between heaven and earth and encourages access to that sacred space where individuals can rest and simply be upheld by the divine. So you might also use Melissa oil here. Melissa's the oil of light. Melissa's enthusiasm is contagious. Through the intense light and vibration this oil has to offer, individuals may feel they cannot help but let go of feelings of darkness, despair, and other low vibrations that are holding them down. It teaches the joy of living. All right, so if we say with your comment, Sarah, that the support of the spine, so the spine is supporting me, but not the hips. So I'm just going to go into Inner Sequence book in regards to the hips. Feeling unappreciated is stuck in the hips. If you can, put on some music and shake your hips as if you were belly dancing. Feel the freedom of this experience. The more balanced and flexible your hips are, the more balanced and flexible and creative your life will be. So maybe dancing or even belly dancing can help us to move the energy that's stuck in our body. Divine healing intelligence, please heal and regenerate my hips to their full strength, balance, and mobility. And the feeling of stuckness is here. Many problems in your body and in your life occur when you're feeling stuck, inflexible, and attached to one point of view. This often takes place when the same thoughts or scenarios play themselves over and over in your mind. When you feel stuck, everything in your life and your body becomes stiff. Your creativity gets blocked. You start to experience hardship and struggle and take on the attitude that life is hard, which in turn creates hardness in your body, mind, and emotions. All right, so she suggests using like an orange-red flame and moving that through your body to release stuckness wherever it is. Please melt away any blockages in my mind, body, and emotions which obstruct my flow of energy and circulation. All right, so my hips are supporting me in the direction I need to take. My body is supporting me. I am supported. I'm emotionally supported, spiritually supported. I'm supporting myself. All right. Okay, any other comments or other bits that are still complaining? Well, thank you to those that have been on the call. Really helps for you to be there. Thank you. If you're interested, Sarah says, dancing can do. I'm fluid, not hard. I'll use the orange flame. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, dancing could be fun, isn't it? Especially, I think, when you put on music from your teenage years, it reminds you of memories and having a body that you enjoyed more. Or sometimes we didn't enjoy all parts of our body. For those that are in Sydney, we've got to get together on Saturday evening at the clinic at 6 p.m. If you want to come, bring a plate of healthy food and we clear a bit of energy or have some interaction or fun or, just socialise. So you're welcome to come. And you're welcome to bring a friend. All right. Thank you. And I hope you can have less pain and that you can understand the pain more and not feel so strung out by it. Okay. See you.